Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm taking this $35 fresh flower bouquet that I got at the local grocery store, and I'm going to turn it into a hand-tied scepter style bouquet. So I'm going to separate the stargazer lilies that it came with. I'm just going to focus on these roses here. It also has some type of filler flower. It looks like a sweet william or some sort of dianthus in there, just looking at the stem. I went ahead and pulled back all the leaves from the stems, including the filler flowers. I like that flower and foliage to be right at the top, so I have a bare stem to work with, so you don't get any of the squishy greens in between your hands and then starts leaving grass stains, so on and so forth. So I went ahead and did that off camera, and I am just going to arrange a tight ball at the top. So to get this nice tight arrangement, I am putting in each rose at quite an angle. And I want the stem to go ahead and it's just going to spiral its way on out and around. I make sure all the stems are going in the same direction. That keeps a nice consistent flow when you look at the bouquet itself. Some of the flower heads themselves have a little bend to it, which makes it a little bit difficult, but you can always tuck and push and pull the roses so you get that nice tight mound at the top there. And when you hold a hand-tied bouquet, the further up the handle towards the top of the where the flower is, the tighter the arrangement's going to be. And then of course, like the further down you go, the looser it is. So this did yield quite a few flowers, and it made a pretty decent sized bouquet. Once I get all done putting together the roses right at the top, I'm going to work the filler flower around the collar of the arrangement. But as you can see, it's got a nice twist to it already. When I was a young floral designer, I used to get a kick out of doing the hand-tied arrangements, and then once you clip the flowers, or I'm sorry, clip the stems all the same length, you could stand it up on the table so it could actually be its own vase or own holder. You can just put in a little bit of water. So anyways, that was a sign of a good hand-tied bouquet, is that it's able to stand up on its own because it has such a spiral to the stems. I usually break off filler flower into bite-sized chunks, but I wanted that long stem on there. With a scepter style bouquet, you're going to have a longer handle. You can see that pretty curve that everything gets. But the scepter style is going to have a longer handle on it. I measured about 3.5 hands down from the very top of the bouquet. I'm just tying everything off with a chenille stem. As I gather the handle, I'm going to let the stems bend in their natural way, like where they want to go. I'm not forcing them to go straight down. If they have a little twist to them, I'm letting them do their thing. It's just an easier way of doing it, and you don't have to fight with it. But also it keeps from breaking, and you don't want to have any issues like that. So like I said, about 3.5 hands down. I'm just going to clip them with my clippers there. I did wire off the very end, so it has that almost long scepter handle to it. Now, as you can see, I got two different things tying it off. I have a thin wire, and then I've got a tiger stripe chenille stem at the top. I'm not concerned with how those look because I'm going to cover them with this wax floral tape right here. And I'll have a link in the description for like wire, wax wax floral tape, various tools. There's also a link to a book that I have on Amazon called OK Bouquet, and it's just filled with arrangements for wedding, or not, bouquet arrangements for weddings. It's got lists of different flowers and so on and so forth. But anyways, you can check it out. There's a link in the description. It's available at my Shopify account or on Amazon, and you can also get it digital on Amazon too. So I've got the wax floral tape exposed, but nobody wants to see that, although you can get it to blend in very nicely with the stems. I'm going to cover up my wax floral tape with a thin number 3 wire here, and I'm just going to pin it in place with a corsage pin that I've trimmed down. I'll just push it right through. I want to make sure that it grabs onto one of those stems and sinks in there nice and tight. You can use a little bit of hot glue. I'm not crazy about hot glue guns. I'm especially not crazy about hot glue guns with fresh flowers because they are hot. But I did go ahead and put the ribbon down at the bottom too there. And what's fun about the Scepter style bouquet is that you've got this whole handle to really jazz up and make it your own. So you can do something in the middle like I am here. You could even do like a French braid down the back of it, just kind of twisting the ribbon as you go. And I'll link at the end of this video, I'll link one that I made about wrapping handles of bouquets. But what's nice with the Scepter style is that you don't have to go all the way down if you didn't want to. You can just, you've got that big area in the middle for the handle to work with. So I just did a little fancy whatever in the center here of the bouquet. You can add sparkles, gems, whatever you want to make it your own. But there you go, made it to the end of the video. It's a fresh hand-tied Scepter style bouquet. Thank you so much for watching.